Hi guys! What we are going to do today, or for right now, is I'm just going to go over the clean eating guide that I shared with all of you. So if you haven't printed this off, that's okay. You can just keep it online, but there's a few pages that I'm going to recommend that you do print. The first thing that I want to do is just let everybody know that no matter where you're at, if you are a clean eating expert, if you're a clean eating newbie, everyone can learn from this. Everyone can use a refresher, learn some tips and tricks, or just learn something new on how to stay on track or take a new approach. I've looked through this whole boot camp and I've definitely taken away some really key factors that I'm going to add into my everyday approach towards clean eating. Some of the things I'm going to ask you to do is just to have an open mind about clean eating. You might already be totally set in your habits, and that's okay, but it's just really important to have an open mind. We're going to take it step by step. We're not going to go from 0 to 60, just step by step. Each step you do take helps you to create a healthier lifestyle. Lastly, I know this happens all the time, and it happens to me too, is I just want you to remember that one mess up, one meal, one too many drinks is not going to ruin your entire day. Don't let it just steamroll your day. You can always make your next meal or your next snack super healthy. So this isn't an all or nothing, or if you fail, you fall off the track, okay? There's definitely opportunities for you to make great choices each and every day. So, number one, the thing that I want you to just remember and read is that the soul of clean eating is consuming food in its most natural state. You want to try to get as close from farm to plate as possible. The longer that distance is from farm to plate and the more places that the food goes to, the more processed it is, the more chemicals that are added, and the less clean it is. So you can read over what's going to be covered in the Clean Eating Bootcamp. And then starting with week 1, really important is to just start thinking about reading labels. Excuse me. Now, labels are going to have nutrition facts, but more importantly, they're going to be having ingredients. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the way that the ingredients are listed is in order from largest to smallest. So whatever's most in an item is going to be listed first. So for example, if you have a label that you're reading and sugar is listed first, then you know that there's a lot of sugar in that item. So some things to pay attention to as you read through your labels: natural versus organic. There's definitely a big difference. It's pretty much to the point where food labeled as natural is just a secret way of saying non-organic. So go ahead and read through those labels, and then when you're in the store, when you're grocery shopping and meal planning, just make it a point to read your labels. See what it is that you're buying. See if you know what every word means. It's really important because sometimes, I look at things that are even in my pantry right now and I'm like, I need to look that up, or I need to call my nutritionist because I don't have any idea what that means. So being aware, right? We want to know what we're putting in our bodies, and there's nothing crazy about that. I just think it's completely a great idea to know what we're putting in our bodies. So along with labels, organic versus natural, organic is always going to be your number one best choice because it guarantees you that you're dealing with non-GMOs. Costco, Whole Foods, they have really great options for buying organic. If you're thinking to yourself, hey, I can't afford it, organic is just way too much for me, then you're just going to have to weigh it out, right? And think about what's your non-negotiable for organic. So what we've done in our household is meat. Meat is a non-negotiable for us. So we're always going to buy organic chicken and beef, unless, of course, we're having a party for 50 people and then y'all not getting grass-fed organic beef. Sorry. And something else that I learned, too, that's really interesting is fish. Some salmon, even if it's wild caught, actually has artificial colors injected into it to make it look even more pink. So, really important to pay attention to that, too. And the last thing that I want to say about reading labels and the difference between natural and organic is that it sounds a little crazy, but I view the food industry similar to big tobacco. I think that they're out to confuse people. I think that their number one goal is money. And I learned about this interesting thing with Naked Juice. Naked Juice says that everything on the label, it says it's all natural, but in reality, it's not. There's GMOs, it's pasteurized, and they're not natural. So there's definitely lawsuits going on with Naked Juice, and it just goes to show that you can't just believe everything that you see on a label, right? The food industry is so smart. They know how to make money, and they know that people are starting to care about what they eat. So, of course, they're going to put all natural on your box, right? And then the